Hi, this is Mike from Cosmic Sound. Today we're going to be looking at two new products from Pioneer, the CDJ2000 Nexus and the companion software, the brand new version of Rekordbox 2.0. The first thing that you need to know about these players is that they are the flagship players from Pioneer. So they're designed to infiltrate clubs the world over, and I have no doubt that they will. The second thing you need to know is that there's a price tag to match. So they're not going to be for everybody out there, but what I will say is they're the ultimate luxury in digital DJing and definitely represent how far we've come with this technology today. So this is it here. The first thing you'll notice about it is it's not too different from the first CDJ2000. In fact, physical form-wise, they are exactly the same. So if you're looking to purchase and you have an older road case that fit the CDJ2000s, fear not, they will slide straight in. Physically, all that's really changed is this nice gloss finish on the top here, which is much more scratch resistant. So the old 2000s were prone to a few little scuff marks on here, but this is definitely fixed that right up. So what's different? Well, the screen is different. We've got the same resolution on the screen as the CDJ2000s, but we've got extended and enhanced waveform information. You'll need to run all your tracks through Rekordbox version 2 to get access to this, but I'll get into more detail on that later. What you can see here is that the waveform itself is in far greater detail, and we have the ability to zoom in and out of that waveform in great detail, so you can see exactly where the peaks and valleys are on your kicks and everything else. People who've been using Tractor and Serato will be used to this luxury, but this is the first time we've ever seen it on a CDJ. Further to that, we have the phase meter at the top here, which allows you to see how your two beats are running together in relation to each other once CDJs are linked. Below that, we have the familiar waveform, the same as the CDJ2000, so the big peaks and valleys long term. The scroll knob also has an extra function here. You can zoom in and out, that's how you zoom. And if you want to edit your grid markers, which I'll also go into detail in Rekordbox 2, you can do that on the fly with the CDJ2000 Nexus. Another new feature borrowed from the CDJ900s is slip mode. I'm so happy to see this on the 2000s because it just makes everything so much more fun. So that means whatever effect that I use on the CDJ2000, like reverse, looping, hot cues, it's going to resume the track as if I'd never activated that effect at all. So there's another cool thing that's exclusive to the 2000s where you can control intervals like a slip roll. It's a similar effect to what you'll find on the DJM mixers. Basically allows you to perform these cool little chops without it actually interfering the progress of the track. But I think the biggest changes come with the CDJ2000 Nexus, as the name would indicate, with the companion software and hardware. So the way that the CDJ2000s link with other 2000s or players, with iPods, and with the companion software, so Rekordbox version 2.0. I'm going to run you through a few of those features now. A big new Nexus feature is the beat sync button. Basically what this means is one CDJ acts as a master and the other as a slave. When turned on, all it's going to do is match the 2 beats per minute so that they're perfectly in line. I think the whole idea behind this is really getting DJs to think outside the realms of just beat matching now. It's more about adding loops on the fly, samples, hot cues, and going more than just deck to deck, A to B mixing, and sort of bringing in a new realm of performance. So the way this is going to work, we've got 2 tracks loaded here. One's at 128 beats per minute, the other's at 29.6 or whatever. But as most of you will know, we'll hit play and the 2 tracks, they're not going to run together. They're going to get slowly worse and worse as time goes on. But with the sync button, all I have to do is press sync. Automatically going to make up for that discrepancy and put the 2 beats together based on where it thinks they should be. If you want to, you can always go in and readjust with the jog wheel as you normally would. It's not going to throw out your ability to do that. Sometimes you might need to make a little bit of an adjustment, and you can always double check it with the phase meter at the top of the screen. So where this becomes really powerful is when you have 2 tracks running perfectly together and you want to use one as your master pitch controller. So that means if I grab this master pitch fader, move it up and down. Both tracks are going to move with the pitch fader together. So if you want to make dramatic changes, genre changes from say hip hop to commercial dance and back again, you can do it with ease. So now we're going to look at the new features in the Rekordbox version 2 software. So if you've seen Rekordbox before, you can see it doesn't look hugely different, but there's some under the hood features here which make it compatible with the new players and some other cool fruit as well. So when you first install this, you'll notice that a lot of your tracks here are going to come up with a little bluey greeny sort of music note symbol. Basically all that means is that there's missing data, and that's data relevant to the new CDJ, so the CDJ2000 Nexus specifically. And all you have to do is right click on it and hit analyze missing data. It's going to process the track again as if you were dragging it in the first time, and once it's done that, you will have embedded all of the advanced waveform information and extra info that the players need to really function to their maximum capacity. Also, what's been included now is a key analyzer in Rekordbox, so further to your track names, your artist, album, genre, BPM, rating, duration, etc. You've also got the ability to add a little section devoted to specifically key. And you can tell Rekordbox whether you want it to analyze key or not when it brings it in. And I've tested it out, it's pretty damn accurate. It's never perfect, don't get me wrong. Nothing beats actually keying it yourself, but it's pretty damn good. We've also got the ability now to use link in a pretty powerful performance way as well. So if we hit the link button, once everything is connected via Ethernet cable into a switch, you'll see that we get all of our relevant players connected. 1, 3 and 4 in this example. I've got 2 CDJ2000 Nexuses and 1 standard CDJ2000. So all I want to show you here is exactly how the old's going to integrate with the new and how you can actually use Rekordbox now as a live performance tool. So down in the bottom left here you'll see we have a beat counter, and what you can do here is actually click the master Rekordbox button, which will turn Rekordbox into the master clock, which means that every CDJ will be synchronizing to the Rekordbox internal clock. So you can set the BPM to whatever you want your session to be running at that particular time, and by streaming files, so none of these files are stored on the CDJ or in a flash memory or anything. They're coming directly through the Ethernet port and are being sent to the CDJ. Now all I need to do in order to get that running to the Rekordbox clock is hit sync, and the same for every other player that we want to sync to that clock. They're all going to run synchronously. So pre-existing CDJ2000 users, you'll need a new firmware update to link to the new CDJ2000 Nexuses and to the new version of Rekordbox. It's a free download off the Pioneer website, but be clear, you will not have a sync button on the CDJ2000, so you can't access all the extra sync features that are on the new players. Now you'll also notice we have a Rekordbox button at the top of the source select options. Basically, this is a gateway into the new Rekordbox app, which is available for a free download on the iPhone and Android, and also will light up when you're connecting to a Mac or a PC for sending and receiving audio files. What you can do with this is pretty special. With the Rekordbox app, you can connect with an included cable your iPhone or iPod directly to the CDJ's USB port. And you can also send and receive files wirelessly if this is connected to a wireless router. So the Ethernet port's got to be connected to a wireless router, and the Rekordbox app on your phone can access that access point and send tracks to each CDJ. There's a lot more that we could go into with these new players, but really a lot of the features are common from the CDJ2000 to the 2000 Nexus. It's really just like a Mark II, and if you're used to playing on 2000s, these aren't going to throw you any curveballs. Really the new updates are about bringing the CDJ to the forefront of the technology race and making everything just easier. The tighter integration with software, Tractor, Serato, with the new Rekordbox, it's all just a lot easier and a lot more luxurious to use. So for anybody who's looking for the best digital DJ product out there, this is it. For more information or if you'd like to purchase, jump online to www.cosmic.com.au.